After the outbreak, reopening Rochester.
The power to get us back to some sort of normal goes beyond our local leaders, but that doesn't mean Rochester's elected officials are waiting around for that day to come. In tonight's installment of our 5-part series, After the Outbreak, Reopening Rochester, KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy is learning what the city of Rochester is doing now to get ready for when the time comes to reopen.
Fewer people shopping alongside you at the mall. Maybe a little more space in between tables at restaurants. That's what Mayor Kim Norton tells me life may look like after the stay-at-home order is lifted in Minnesota. It's been going on nearing on 4 weeks now. But Norton tells me during that time, the city has been working on a framework from which to begin reopening Rochester. Being able to visit loved ones, hugging our friends and neighbors, even grabbing a bite to eat with coworkers. When will we get to do these things again? That's mostly up to our state's governor.
We're talking about 18 months. I said it's not feasible to shelter in place everybody for 18 months. It is just not sustainable.
Right now, Minnesota's stay-at-home order is set to expire in just a few weeks on May 4th.
I think day to day is what I keep telling people. We need to find out what things are working.
Whether Governor Walz extends the order is still up in the air. But closer to home, Rochester city leaders are working on a framework to partially reopen based on a plan from the Department of Economic Development and the state's guidance.
What should a business, when they reopen, what should it look like? How do we have distancing? Are masks required? For employees, our temperature is going to be taken. Just starting to have those discussions.
Norton explains that businesses reopening and regulations relaxing will look like the spigot of a faucet, with things slowly trickling open.
What we don't want to do is open at full force and think things are going to run normally, because they won't. We know the virus is still out there, and we still have many, many people that are susceptible.
I asked Mayor Norton if she thinks certain businesses will be able to open before others, and at this point, she's not sure. But there are some businesses the city believes are easier to regulate than others.
Stores that are able to just have a few people in at a time and keep that distancing. That stores might limit the number of people that would come in. Restaurants may move their tables a little further apart.
Norton asked that people and businesses be flexible as things unfold over the rest of this year.
It's going to be exciting for people to get back out, but we're just going to have a little bit of restraint and patience and do things a little differently, potentially for the next year or longer.
But the mayor wants to assure the community the city is going to be ready for the day Rochester can reopen.
I don't have a roadmap yet, but we are designing the roadmap.
Other measures the city is considering include having one-way traffic in grocery store aisles, as well as having plastic barriers at checkout. In Rochester, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
Now on tomorrow's installment of After the Outbreak, Reopening Rochester, Jessica's finding out what it will take to get Rochester back to business and the extent to which our local economy will recover. Of course, you can catch that right here on KIMT News 3 at 5.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT.